Actually, nah, this is just a pretty average day for real. I ain't even got no hyped up way to like say it properly. We're talking to freaking Pop Sule. It makes me happy. And so, we're going to do that thing, and that's gonna be pretty cool. Where's the dude? Is he there? I don't know how to spell it. There we are. That's the person. Alright, excellent. Cool. They have been invited. All is right with the world. Welcome, people. How are y'all freaking doing? It's not even that I forgot. It's that, like, I don't be timing stuff. And the problem with not timing things, when, like, you invite people to the live, is that when you, like, get used to not going to the live after a little bit, then it's weird coming back to the live and, like, doing so because there was a thing that you usually would have done anyway. Tyron, welcome. Pop Sule, welcome to the freaking live, fam. Aaron is going to work. I declare it in the name of Jesus and all that other good stuff. Whoa, there we are. Cool. Yeah, what's up? Welcome, dude. I'm going to, like, properly interview you and stuff. Who the heck is this being really loud in the house? Oh, it's Serene. Hello, Serene. How do you do? As it's very...
Please get that knife away from my face.
It's not a knife, Serene.
Whatever it is, I
It's
don't
way
care.
worse than a knife, Serene.
I really don't care.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
I think you do, Serene.
I don't.
Swords? Swords are amazing. How do you not care about swords? Where would we be in life without swords, Serene?
Yo, what's good? Let me
Welcome.
properly prop this up.
Oh,
No, I'm interviewing you.
Let's see.
Goodbye.
I'm
I'm freaking using mangas to do this.
That's
Oh,
what you're
snap.
supposed to do. As long as you got something to prop it up,
I'm on it.
It matters. I can't see the other side of the phone. I'm going to have fries after I finish this interview.
and we're gonna eat all the fries before you finish this interview.
That's okay. How
Is that knife actually sharp, yo?
I mean, it's pointy, but it's not sharp.
I guess it passes. It passes.
Well, yeah, because it's no real point in training with a sharp sword. But after you practice with a fake sword, you can do all the real stuff with the sharp one. It's not that much of a difference. It's just heavy.
Dang. Dude, I put my eye out to trying that. I want to try it so bad now, dude. Now that you just did that, I really want to give it a try.
You'll live. Just put some glasses on. You'll be all right.
Goggles, maybe. I need those shits to be like strapped on.
That's actually a move. I have a friend, Daywalker, and Daywalker like dresses like freaking Blade, and he wears shades all the time.
Shit.
And I was trying to figure out why the heck he does this, and then he was showing me how to like eat fire and like spin fire and stuff. And there's a thing where you spin fire called throwing it off, where you like have it like soaking in the fuel, and then you shake it. And so he was like, "Yeah, shake the thing." So I shook the thing, and then the gasoline went into his mouth.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
Yeah, so if that was somebody's eyeball, it wouldn't have been a good day. We would have had an emergency.
Everybody's got a good fire story for real. Like if you ask everybody on this chat, they'd be like, "I had this experience with fire this one time," you know?
Yeah, because fire is dope, but it's freaking horrifying. It's like, it's the one piece of nature that everybody thinks they can control that always shows you how out of control we are.
Exactly. It's got a lot of demands.
Yes.
No, that's just dangerous. I honestly have this trick. Speaking of like trick stuff, kind of stuff. Like if you put this is like, don't do this at home, kids. But like if you take hand sanitizer and you like put it on your hands and you can light your hand on fire, but you have to like wait. You have to do it really fast, or else it'll like actually burn you. But like it's crazy. It's got this like really amazing blue flame. It's dangerous, but don't do it at home. Gonna say it again. Do not do this at home. But it's pretty cool.
Indeed. Remember like the video they were doing with like the slapping challenge? Like when there used to be like the stupid internet challenges out?
Yeah, right. Like put your body in ice or something like that. Like
yes! And that was
submerge your entire body.
He took the hand sanitizer on his hand, lit it on fire, and smacked somebody.
Oh no!
He on fire.
People trying to do some Naruto shit, like like doing hand. That's what I was doing, like when I was like young and like, well, I'm still pretty young, but like when I was like doing the hand like Naruto shit, I was like, man, I'm about to try this shit out real life. I was like let's go. Oh, you know, like sacrificing yourself for this stuff.
It's all fun till it works. The second it works is looking at a shadow clone like, oh, what am I gonna do with you? It's like having like Mr. Miyagi in front of you.
Right, exactly. It works, and you're like, uh-oh. How do I turn it? How do I get rid of this thing?
Yeah, because that's what happened. Like Dragon Ball, the OG Dragon Ball, the training in Dragon Ball made me get really strong. And then the stronger I got, the more I would get injured because I didn't realize that once you get to a certain point, you like if you do too much, your body will tell you.
I took like when I was younger. This is a really bad story. When I was younger, like I had this Superman. I'm from Senegal originally, so like when I was younger, like we like only had like access to manga sometimes. We had this like new channel like called Manga, and it would have like it would only come on like at a certain time. And I was watching Dragon Ball Z, but I knew like Superman, and I had this like Superman pajama thing that like came out in Senegal, bro. I got that thing. I wore it like every day. Like it was like my outfit. Like I like really believed I was Superman until I jumped off my balcony, yo, and like broke my arm. I still say like broke. I was like 6 or something, man, and then like I just like believed I was like indestructible. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like. It was the thing, you know what I mean? It was like, I have the power, you know?
That's the power of a good costume. And that's the problem of existing without constant supervision. Because they had this toy when Spider-Man 2 came out. And it was like this web shooter thing that would connect to your to press it.
I remember those.
Come out. Yes, but I didn't know what the heck silly string was. So I actually thought web fluid because I read the comic book and I knew the web fluid had a canister and stuff. And so when I shot it connected to a thing. And I was also on my freaking balcony.
Oh no, look at this.
And I pulled it. And even though I pulled it, it fell off. And I was like, dang, I must have shot it wrong. This is harder than it looks. And so I spent an hour trying to shoot it and pull it, and it would never pull. So I never got to swing. But luckily,
my God. You were doing like that scene from Spider-Man. He was like, up and away with him. Go with him. Fly. It was so funny.
Yeah. I had the 1 and 2. I did not have the thwip. The thwip is coming later.
Oh, the thwip. Okay. You'll get that, though. You'll get the thwip, man. I really believe it. I think you can do anything.
Do you know who the Hacksmith is?
The Hatsmith? No.
Hacksmith.
Hat or Pat?
Hack.
Oh, hack. Yeah, okay. It's a completely different word. Sick. Who's that?
It's he's this engineer dude, and he makes like all of this like comic book stuff, like science fiction stuff, but in real life.
Hell yeah.
So he's made like Captain America's shield and Thor's hammer, and he's made like laser guns that can like melt stuff, and an Iron Man suit. He can actually hover with the Iron Man now.
Oh my Lord.
Intern, and this intern made actual like hydraulic powered like grappling hooks so that you could swing like Spider-Man.
Oh my God, dang. That sounds like Attack on Titan type shit for real, honestly. Like, oh God.
Yes. Because the faster that you can shoot the thing, the more things it can latch into.
Right,
which means
exactly.
the more you can slide. The only problem is like getting it back. And that's the craziest thing about Attack on Titan is that they'll go places and then get it back at a speed that doesn't like knock them off axis, and then they can shoot it out.
It's all with their fingers, right? They got those like clickers.
Yeah.
It's like, I kind of think of it like, you know, like in Batman, like really old school Batman, where they would like, when he would shoot the thing and it would go and like spread these thorns basically. And then when he would like shoot off, it would like when he pulled the trigger again, it would like unhook or something like that. That's like how I'm kind of imagining it like functions. I love when like people get real into like the details of their the stuff that they create for their universes. It's so sick.
That's the fun of it. Like that's what I ultimately want. But the problem is, it feels like all the cool stuff that's like all the scientific stuff has always been created, and so it's hard thinking of like new machines that can exist.
Truth.
People have an art because like even something as
Exactly.
simple as the Assassin's Creed wrist blade. I'm mad I didn't come up with it.
Really?
Yes. And then making new like there's the wrist blade, and there's
This
the
is
one with
true.
the crossbow on it. There's the one with
Yeah.
like the blade comes out like that, and so like it'll be on
Oh,
somebody's
man.
wrist like that, and then it comes up like that. They had it in a multiplayer, and yeah, I didn't think of any of these. I'm
That's
sick.
really interesting, honestly. You know what, what's that movie? Django.
Mhm.
Remember when he had that gun thing? He also had the gun come out too. Like
Yes.
at that scene when he shot Candy Band or whatever, Mr. Candy. Like he was like pulled out the gun out of his sleeve. That's cool. I fuck with that. That's like I love just like pulling out weapons from nothing. It's just it's amazing.
It's magic, but it's magic we do.
That's the shit. That's the shit.
Yeah, and applying like applying mechanics to things makes them seem magical, and those mechanics can be replicated. And I guess that's the fun of like conceptualizing things that I haven't gotten to dip into as much. Because I've been so focused with like learning about how to tie spirituality of the diaspora into stories that I haven't really thought about like actual scientific.
Yeah.
Stories.
Truth. No, I'm totally into the tying the spirituality and the diaspora. That's like totally what I'm about. Honestly, like there's just it's like so much research. There's so much good stuff out there, yo. Like, and like the more you read like about, I mean, like honestly, YouTube, dude, just like look up like this thing. Once you like do a little bit of reading and you find like one word or one sort of phrase or sentence, even like just plug it into YouTube, dude, and it'll like lead you to all these like wormholes. And like I've been through so many, and like I don't know, when I was like creating Oblivion Rouge, like that was the stuff. It was like getting lost in these like wormholes of like I don't even remember what culture I'm like, what continent or like what what ethnic group I'm in anymore. It's just like these things just sort of mix together after a certain point.
That's what everything like. That's ultimately what everything becomes, because like you distill information to its most essential components, and that's like alchemy. And now that you have those components, you can create anything.
All right, exactly. Legit like that.
Yeah, it's like I studied a lot of like Haitian history and culture and stuff. But Haitian history and culture, because originally I was writing a story about the Haitian Revolution. But then I learned about the Maroons in Jamaica, and the Maroons go hard. And like the Maroons way before the Haitian Revolution, I mean, way after the Haitian Revolution happened. But like they did so much to help so many other people as they were fighting different wars of the past 500 years. And so I want to tie all of them together, but I can't. So instead, I have to force them to be in separate places. But in modern action stuff, I can have those things that happened and like be the seeds for the things that happen in like more modern day stories.
Truth. Did you want to like recreate it as a modern story, or are you like doing it kind of like
the initial concept
true
was the
story
Haitian
type situation?
Magic, and then over time it became the Haitian Revolution with magic as the A plot, and then the B plot is this girl learning about her Haitian history and culture and stuff, and then that B plot became the girl traveling to different Caribbean islands and like finding the supernatural beings on each island, because like every place has their own mythology, and often especially have like heavy colonial influences. That mythology gets or that mythology gets lost because nobody shares it outside of the community.
Yeah, and that's what. Yeah, exactly. I think most of it is about like it's sort of. That's honestly what I love about it too, is that it gets like tied into the community, and the community like refuses to share these like this knowledge. And there's something so like I don't know. There's something to respect about this sort of I don't know, like not wanting to share. Like it's just like, nah, man, you cannot pass. You cannot pass. You know what I mean?
Right.
Honey. If you
Serene,
spill, I'm gonna be like, Ani.
Serene, go upstairs.
I'm just saying that you're not.
I went to go get food because they're going to
Oh,
eat
nice.
everything. But yeah, you're right, and I guess that's the benefit. I don't know, like, how long have when did you get up here? Because like you don't have a super thick accent, so like how long have you been up here?
Man, I'm actually Senegalese American. Like, my mom's American, my dad's Senegalese. So I was in Senegal till I was like 9 or something, and then I came here, did like school, and then like went back and forth for like a long time. But when I came here, I did have an accent. I couldn't like say where and stuff like and no and stuff like that. I was just like, what? How do you say that? It was difficult. But now, yeah, I sound pretty American.
Well, that's what happens. Like a lot of my friends that are Trini, they've just picked up American accents after like 5 years, and so even when they go back or when they're with their family, then like a little bit of the accent kicks in, but usually like they sound American until they don't want to anymore.
Right, exactly. I
It's a
think
cool
once
trick
I go
to
back
have.
to Senegal, like if I'm gone for like a while, people can tell like this by looking at me like, yo, that guy's American, and I'm like, oh crap, you know what I mean? And then after a while, you know, you come out looking like a Senegalese guy, you're calling out other people who like look American or something like that. You're like, dang, what happened to me? I came in and didn't like it, but now it's so fun.
That's the joy of traveling. As a traveler,
Right.
it's like being not even a chameleon, but I think anytime you're somewhere where it makes sense to adapt, you end up adapting.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the best way to learn a language, yo. It's just like if you're immersed in it, it helps sort of. I think like sometimes like I get confused like when you're learning a language. I'm learning Dutch right now because my girlfriend's Dutch, and like I get confused between an accent and like what it actually sounds like. You know what I mean? Like it's so hard. Like you think it's like very much a thing. Like you're trying so hard to make it sound like what it is, and you're not really listening to like what it's honestly pretty simple most of the time.
Yes, because they're ultimately sounds, and
Yeah, exactly.
replicating the sound. Because like for me, I speak Spanish, but I can't roll my R's. And Portuguese is basically Spanish. But the Portuguese accent is way different than the Spanish
Oh
accent.
yeah. Oh
So
man,
I
yeah.
can't speak Portuguese. Like anytime I try to speak Portuguese, I end up sounding like goofy.
Oh no. Goofy. That's like the worst one.
Because they like, for example, like if you want to say like my name is Lee, in Spanish it would just be me llamo Lee, or like yo soy Lee. But like in Portuguese it would be like yo soy no le juazo. Like they legit talk like
Oh
that.
yeah, dude, they go in with that. Honestly, like I know all that. I know like these things because in Senegal they have so many soap operas, right? And like most of them are dubbed over. But like if you actually look up, what it sounds like, it's so different, yo. It's crazy. You're like, what is happening?
Yeah, it's like when I saw Dragon Ball. When I saw freaking Goku in sub for the first time and heard that.
Oh no!
Come out
No, dude. When I saw Goku in English, I was like, no. I was like, what is happening? I was like, who are you? I don't even know you anymore. I was like, this is horrible. Turn it off.
It ruins everything. And well, do you prefer manga or like animation?
Oh, I guess it depends. I think with anime, there's like always like one disappointment, right? You know what I mean? It's like people who read the book. You know what I mean? Like Harry Potter fans are like, man, they should have put this scene or something like that. So like with some anime, I'm like, okay. But I do love reading mangas though, for real. I think there's like a certain quality that gets lost when it goes into like anime form.
Yeah,
I don't know, but honestly, My Hero Academia has done a really good job with their anime version, especially with the lines. The line work is like pretty close to the manga. But still, you know, the manga is sick with the really good dark shadows. It's like some of that doesn't get caught in the anime. But still, you know.
Yeah, My Hero Academia has I would say the second most unique art after One Piece because of the
Truth.
influence of Western comics that's in its line
Yeah.
work and in its inking.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. That's what I think so too. And he's just so good at like his faces are so like warped. He's so great at like showing emotion just with the face. Like his body, sometimes his like body is sometimes like a little like awkward, but like the faces that he draws are like, oh my god. It's kind of like has like the sort of berserk lines. You know what I mean? The sort of really like cross hatching going on.
Mm-hmm.
But it's sick. It's sick. It's sick.
Yeah.
Yo, I got my dudes from Senegal waving here. Usenu, yo, what's good?
What's up,
Not
bro?
again.
I don't know what that means, but I want
Oh,
to.
Nakamu, let me tell you, Nakamu is like, what's good? It's like, how's it
Nagamu?
going? Nakamu.
Nakamu.
Yeah, and then you say,
That's dope.
yeah, you would think, that's what you do. You like, when you say, it's like, Nakamu, and then you say, Lup Jam. Then you could say, Lup Jam, which means like, everything's good. Lup Jam. Jam is like good.
That's freaking beautiful. So Nagamu,
You should come to
and
Senegal, man. I'm officially inviting you.
that's fire. Yo. And the dopest part, okay. Let's see. Can I show you this? Can I have it up there? I think there we are. All right. So I fell in love with mudcloth a while ago. And I realized
yes.
like, yo, I can make kimonos. So I figured out how to make like mudcloth kimonos. And then
Dude.
I figured like, let's not appropriate Big Daddy Japan too much. What do Americans have that's an equivalent to a freaking kimono? Then I realized,
right.
oh snap, it's the freaking baseball jersey. But the problem is,
oh yeah, I saw that.
Yes, and the problem is mudcloth is dumb expensive. So what I've decided to do is anytime I go to Africa or somebody goes to Africa, I'm just going to give them bread to get fabrics, and then I'll just have stuff made with those fabrics.
Let's do it. My girlfriend is actually coming, hopefully in 3 weeks. Hopefully in 3 weeks, please, inshallah. Yeah. So like, just you could tell me we could do like a Venmo situation type. I don't know, PayPal, whatever, Zelle, crazy Cash App, whatever you want. Cause like they're like, I mean, I know a guy. In Senegal, it's always like that. I know a guy. But yeah, we could get you a whole bunch, honestly. I think they cost, I don't know, we'll see. $15, it's like $30 a thing. It's like $30 for like 4x4. I made a coat out of one too, actually. That's why I was like, yo, that's sick. He's doing it.
Look at that enterprising. Yeah, because that's the only other thing to do. Because even like if you go to like Zara or Gap or like H&M or any of those stores, you realize they're all the same things. So even when you have like streetwear companies that are coming out right now, they're all using the same plugs and they're just putting different stuff on it. So when you want like new silhouettes, like stuff that'll set you inspired, especially like us being of the diaspora, there's pretty much nothing cooler than having stuff that is handmade with the fabrics from the place that like we know where that freaking came from. We can track the entire line.
It'll smell like it too. You know, you're gonna smell what Bogalon really smells like.
Yes!
It's like earthy, man. It's real earthy. It's definitely an earthy fabric. Crazy. Yeah, man. We'll set that up. No problem.
I'm with it.
Hell yeah.
It was worth not spending all that. I wanted a gaming chair and buy all these freaking video games. And something inside was like, "Don't do it, Lee." I get to drop all that on fabric. God is good.
Man, that's me and then General Tso's chicken, man. I just like have like a crazy obsession with General Tso's chicken. That's like what I spend most of my money on.
Here is a truth of life that will assist you in many ways. You can get the sauce. You can buy the sauce. You can put it on your food. Yes.
No, you can't. Where?
Amazon.
Nice. I'm gonna go buy that like right now.
Yeah. Is like traveling a lot. I've learned that you can, especially like if you're traveling to your friend, you can have ingredients sent to your friends and then just make stuff and like not spend that much money eating out.
Man, I made it. One time I tried making General Tso's chicken. It was horrible. Oh my god, I bought so much chicken, and then I failed horribly. I couldn't make the because the sauce is like almost like a gelatin. It has like the corns. What is it called? What is it called? Corn powder or something like that. I forgot what it's called.
Mhm.
but I didn't put it in, and then it just like turned off and started burning. And then I started put peanut butter on it because I tried to make this Senegalese dish out of it. I was like, I can still save this, and it just like didn't work out, man. It was the worst experience ever. I wasted so much chicken. I was like, this is horrible.
I guess that's one of the benefits of being vegan is everything I eat is like a derivative of something else. And
True.
so generally it's just putting sauce on top of something that's already been made instead of like cultivating it so that the flavoring goes inside of the meat. That's another level of cooking I haven't experienced yet.
Yeah, that's intense. It's intense. But you know, I got help from my girlfriend. She helped me make it.
Hey,
A lot of steps, a lot of bowls. You need like an array of bowls to make General Tso's chicken.
that's how it is making anything worth making. Like there's a food called roti that comes from Trinidad. It's like this flatbread, and it took probably 4 pounds of dough that was completely ruined before I could finally make it.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
But
you gotta mess up a bunch in order to make it right.
yeah, but once you know how to make your favorite food, you in the house.
Yeah, you in the house, exactly. I gotta make it a whole bunch of times, dude. I gotta make it another time. I made it like once now. If I make it at least 3 times, I think I should be good.
Excellent.
Once I get my more bowls.
The time will come. Like
The time.
the weird thing about Japanese food is how easy it is to make. I've never failed on any Japanese food yet, but there's you know where they have like the ball, like the fried balls, like from Kill la Kill, where they like eat, they put them on a stick and then they like chew them.
Yeah. Is that tokiyaki? Is it?
Yes, I want to
Yeah,
learn how to make
takoyaki.
takoyaki, and I'm scared.
Yo, you
Apparently,
should.
it's very difficult.
Is it deep fried? Is it deep fried?
No, it's not
No.
deep. They have these molds. They're like these circular molds.
Oh yeah, that's right. The
And-
circle molds.
And
Yeah.
that's the problem. I gotta somehow anticipate how it's cooked, and then I have to use freaking chopsticks in order to like
Flip
spin
it.
them so that they cook.
Yeah.
Scared
Ooh,
of
I
that.
don't know about that. That's a whole nother level. I don't know if I can get to that, dude. That's intense.
Yeah. As soon as you start using chopsticks, because these people, like I've studied Japanese like cookers for a long time now, and I don't know how the heck their fingers are so strong, but they'll take like a whole like croquette that like caught like that weighs like half of a pound, and they'll pick it up with chopsticks and just gingerly be flipping stuff up.
I know, it's crazy.
I need
Even
palm.
rice. Sometimes rice is tough to pick up with chopsticks. But it's all about technique. It's technique.
Casually.
I tried eating like most of Senegalese food is rice, and I tried eating it with chopsticks. It's difficult. It's difficult, man. It's difficult. You'll be the last one out of the bowl, man. Just like trying to get your meal in.
Muscle memory, bro. You got to keep it going, because then when you go to the Japanese spot, they'll see you going ham with like whenever I finish like my meal when I'm like eating at a Chinese spot, I'll like eat the rice like Goku. They'll be like, oh, very
good. You're like, yes. Right, you got the bowl like this.
Yeah.
Truth, yo, truth. No, I think like most like, mangas like make an anime made me like enjoy food even more. I'm like, yo. Especially like Hayao Miyazaki, you're like, dang, that bacon though. What? I've never seen bacon that thick and that juicy ever. Like it's just like so delicious, you know?
Yes, the next goal in life is to figure out how to draw anime level food.
Yes, that's true. That would be a pretty legit thing to do, honestly.
Yeah.
For one of them like food channels, you could just be like, yo, let me just do all of your animation. Like, like overlay, do like some rotoscoping while they're cooking, just like draw like their like food like spinning and shit or something like that, That'd be
yes.
sick. That'd be sick.
The blessing that is Clip Studio, I'm learning that animation isn't that hard. Compositing is the hardest part of animation.
What's compositing?
It's where you put everything together, from like
okay.
stuff to like putting a background. Backgrounds are also confusing because, like, if you
Mm.
switch angles, then you also have to switch the angle on your background,
Oh
which means you have
no.
to use frame by frame perspective and draw the background in perspective, which is why in a lot of anime, they don't, everything is like a static shot. Or
Yeah,
everything
it's
is
just
a standing
static.
shot.
Yes, yeah,
Because you
exactly.
surround and hit an angle, you mess everything up.
Wow. Oh yeah, yeah. Some of their backgrounds like just like sort of shift a little bit, but they never really like switch it completely. Yeah, and they're like painted backgrounds and shit, right? Aren't they? Something like
Exactly. But the cool thing is now with like 3D, you see an Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer
that.
and
Yeah,
some other shows, they're starting to incorporate 3D backgrounds, and so their options
yeah.
for camera are increasing greatly.
Exactly, exactly. I think My Hero Academia does the same thing too.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's cool. It's definitely like I'm like into the 3D thing, but I think it can be used better. Like it can be used in a way that's like I think for the architecture and the landscape it makes sense. But like for the characters, it's like it just doesn't. I like the contrast, you know what I mean? I like the hand drawn and then have the digital together because then you can it's like a different materiality, but like just by itself it's like, oh god, what's happening?
Yeah, I don't like CGI characters in anime. It's weird. Unless it's Land of the Lustrous or Beastars. Yes, sir? No.
Or Doro is really good with it for real. Because the whole thing is CGI.
Yeah, that's why like Land of the Lustrous and Beastars are the only exception. Because one, they look beautiful, and two, everything is CGI. But even like in Beastars, they would hide it sometimes. Like, use 2D animation in Beastars.
Mm.
Like some of the characters, like all the characters that didn't have models, those characters were 2D. They just shaded them so you couldn't tell.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Man, I tried my hand on some animation for a little bit. But I just didn't keep going with it. If I practice more, maybe I could get good at it. I've only done like hand drawn. I've never really done any digital stuff.
Hand drawn animation?
Yeah, you just do it on just paper. It's like 100, 500 pages, man. That's the longest I've ever done. 500. I know, man. Prehistoric.
Do you not have the greatness that is Clip Studio?
No, I did not have Clip Studio.
Bro, do you have an iPad?
Yeah, I do have an iPad.
Do you have Procreate?
Yeah, Procreate. Yeah.
Play in Procreate, bro. Save yourself.
Okay, I'll try. I'm gonna try it on Procreate. What do you do? How do you get on Procreate? I'll look it up.
Yeah, bro. All you do, you draw a bouncing ball, and then after you do a bouncing ball, then you do like stick figures. And then after stick figures, you just level up with like whole body. And if you want a real challenge, just like with drawing, use a reference for the animation so that you know what all the key poses is, and then you can use your brain to like in between the key poses. Then after that, you can have fun and make whatever you want.
All right, I'm gonna give it a go. I'll give it a go on Procreate.
You got it.
Animation takes a minute though.
Animating and by freaking hand. What? Just draw.
Literally freehand, just like going for it, just like not even planning, just like one thing follows the next.
Good Lord, I understand trial by fire. It's nice for the building of skills, but like,
Yeah.
That's your whole life, bro. You
Yeah,
have
exactly.
your time is valuable, fam.
Right, just wasted like, I don't know, 48 hours maybe. Literally only got 20 pages.
Yeah, but I guess, I don't know. Are you really good with like managing your time given that you draw so much stuff, including freaking 2 comics and writing?
Yeah, I do. I think I just do it all the time on hand. Like if it's like I'll wake up like at 7:30 and I'll just be like, I had this thought, and I just I start writing, and then like, oh, okay, maybe I should cook breakfast. You know what I mean? Or I'm thirsty, and I'll do that. So I just like take it as the idea comes up, and I act on it. I think that's like the most important part. It's like when you have a thought, like, and you're like, dang, that's crazy. You should just do a thing. Just be like, yo, okay, that I mean, it sucks. Like whatever you did might have like not been the total idea, but you got something down, and then you'll come back to it, and then you just keep pushing that same button until it turns into something.
Yeah, you speak into a thing a lot of us don't do, which is like trusting yourself as an artist. Because if you suck as an artist, you wouldn't be able to sit down and draw for 4 hours straight and have people love it. So you must be doing something right. And I think trusting yourself in the art that you make is how you catch these upgrades.
Truth, truth. And honestly, I always, I grew up with Goku and stuff. He's always like, "Dang man, I can still get better. There's something else out there to learn." He's always like that. So that's how I feel most. I'm honestly pretty hard on myself. I'm like, "Dang, that's still weak. Still weak. Must continue." You know what I mean? Like, even like I think like there are times that I'm like, I don't even want to draw. I'm like, I don't want to do this right now, and nothing's working out. Like the lines aren't meeting up. Like free hands are not freehanding. I'm just like, okay, I just keep going. You just gotta push it a little bit. If you keep pushing, then like sometimes there's just something you'll learn from that, or like some kind of patience or some kind of line that'll help you later down the road or something like that.
Yeah, and if we take like even 5 or 10 minutes to go like wash our face or play a video game or take a bath or
Right.
something, we'll come
Right.
back and then we'll look at it and be like, oh, I just needed to change one line and now it's
Right, exactly. Exactly. Yo, I do this thing when I lean back and I just look up for like a couple minutes. I'm like, Now as I come back, I'm like, oh wow, that's what it was. And then then it comes back a little bit. Comes back.
Yeah, it's just like our brains buffering. It's great.
Yeah, exactly. It's good. It's like a training. It's like training, It's just like continuously practicing.
Exactly. And luckily, I think living in the digital age, we have the opportunity to we have an entire art studio in our hands. And once you make that initial purchase of the app and the device, you're really good in terms of anything else you need to spend.
True. That's how I think about it, honestly. It's like that's why I got the iPad, because I was like, yo, this could be something that I can use for a while and use anywhere, learn new stuff. Procreate is really great because it does you can apply so many different things onto it. Like I learned how to digital paint on that. Like that was really fun, and I'm gonna try to do this animation on it too. So it's a great way to do all these other things, but in portable and not selling Apple to anyone right now, unless I am. Indirectly, I am. That's how it works.
iPad is the best for mobile art, and this is why iPad is the best for mobile art. Number one, battery life. Number two, processing power. Number three, cost. For effectively $300 to $500, including the Apple. You have access to an entire art studio that doubles as your social media hub and also doubles as a place where all of your clients can interact with you. And it's freaking mobile. Laptops have horrible batteries. Horrible batteries. And if you have a laptop, you're going to use that laptop for something you don't need to be using that laptop for. And then it's going to take away from the processing power needed to help you draw. Whereas an iPad, your iPad don't work like a phone, and your iPad can't hold games. So you're going to have more storage on the iPad.
Exactly. And I got the most storage I could possibly get, so I just don't ever have to worry about your storage is full. What do I do? That always hits me. I'm like, dang. What's the step now?
Good moves, because picking what to delete is like picking a favorite. It's like somebody lining up your children and be like, all right, fam, which one do you want?
Yeah, which one do you want to keep? No, I want all of them. I want it. No, delete.
That's the worst world. Because even like my last iPad, I had all of these drawings, and then I had a picture of my grandma. So I if it was going to be the art or the picture of my grandma. And jacked up thing is, I'd already deleted all the pictures of my iPad. And so I'm freaking hovering over the thing. And I'm like, dang, goodbye, grandma. And I
no! You heard a sound.
But here's the craziest part. I still didn't have any storage on my iPad. So I was like, yo, what the heck? Then I went to the freaking the recently deleted folder and was like, oh, let's recover that picture of grandma, and deleted everything.
Yes, there you go. It was the ancestor speaking right there. It was like,
yeah.
You cannot. No, I'm not letting you. Yo, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, my problem is I just like whenever I finish a chapter, I always like download all the JPEGs and I just so I can check it, but I never delete them. So like I should honestly go back and just like delete all of the there's so many. I swear there's like 3,000 at least of me just like sketches, you know, ads and stuff like that. It's just too much. It's too much.
I have that habit, like when I was watching Afro Samurai. Well, it started when I was watching Afro Samurai. And then it happened when I watched Sword of the Stranger, where like if there's a frame that hits me, I'll screenshot it. So as I'm going to certain movies, I'll screenshot the frame, so just it'll be like the composition or the pose they use or whatever. And then I started doing that with manga, and so like in my iPad, I have thousands upon thousands of like Berserk and Vagabond and like that have hit me, and they're all great, but like
yeah, exactly. I honestly that's why I like Instagram so much because of the save thing. I have so many folders. I have like 13 different folders for like multiple different things that I love researching. Like poses, it'll be like poses like I don't know, like color, light, shadow, narrative, you know, like random stuff for narrative too, like random stuff. Whatever like I'm like, yo, that's an interesting story. You know what I mean? I like add it. So many different layers. Even
that's the beauty of it. You realize that these companies are paying for cloud storage and not you. You can leverage that.
Yes, exactly. Like, it's like storage, man. It's free. Like there's no limitless storage, limitless save.
Because
it's already all there. You know what I mean? Everybody's already putting on their phone on their own things.
Exactly, which is the best because it's like this hub of people, and after you get in tune with liking the things that you actually like instead of like doing with obligation or whatever, then you'll end up having stuff recommended to you that you didn't know about.
Yeah, and that's when like you feel like you're creating some kind of like portfolio or like I don't know, research portfolio type thing. Yeah, it's good. I love it.
Yeah,
that's like the only reason I'm on Instagram for real.
Indeed, Instagram has been a blessing tremendously. Like life right now, the way that it is, wouldn't exist without it. And I'm glad, even though like the algorithm is stupid sometimes, I'm glad.
The whole algorithm, I don't get it sometimes. I need someone to like explain the algorithm to me.
The algorithm is built for influencers. So instead of like people engaging with people's stuff, people want people to engage with brands because engaging with brands equals money because of advertising dollars. So previously, Instagrams wanted you to like stuff so that they would know what you like so they could find more stuff that you like. Whereas now, they want you to buy stuff, which means they prioritize people that are selling things and being supported so that they can push those other things. The more audience somebody has, they'll pass it off to somebody else, and those followers will go there as well. And so
oh wow, so influencers just like, because then since they're sponsored, they're like top of the list.
Exactly, because Facebook bought them, and Facebook isn't like a marketing company. Facebook is a data company. So as long as Facebook got your information, they straight.
Yeah, right, exactly. Whenever you click that allow app to like, you know, they're like, okay, thanks.
Welcome.
We have access to everything now. Right, yeah. Like they sell our information to other companies. You know what I mean? That's like, you know, that's what they do.
Yep.
We're cattle, man.
It's wild. And the craziest thing is, America does all this craziness, and then as soon as China wants to do it, America's like, hold up, this is against the rules.
Yo, America's always like that. They're quick to call bullshit. They're like, bullshit. No way. Everybody else, we were not doing this is wrong. When they've been doing it for like, I don't know, like since the beginning of America's.
Yep. How dare you do that thing that we do?
Yeah. What? We did that first. We did it first, you know.
Yep. America wanted capitalism until China started being capitalist. Now America's pretty socialist.
Yeah. Well, this is trying.
Tricky beast.
It's trying.
We get some good fries.
Yeah, man, those look delicious. Dang.
What part of like
I
the
might
country
cook
are
for
you
real. Me right now?
Mhm.
I'm in the States, actually.
I know, but like which part?
Oh, New Haven,
New Haven,
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Yeah,
How?
I'm in school.
Hmm.
I'm at Yale. I'm in Yale sculpture right now, the graduate program.
Sculpture.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I'm like an artist. Artist.
dang. Do you do like digital sculpture more or physical sculpture more?
Yeah, like physical sculpture and performance.
Dang, that's
Yeah, man.
crazy.
Yeah, it's I'm all over the place.
Wow. Do you like? Cause like sculpture is like playing the harp, where
Nice.
it requires such a level of like sensitivity and three-dimensional thinking to be able to do with fluency. How the heck did you pick freaking sculpture?
Man, I was on some like when I went into like I was always doing like manga drawings and stuff. So then I did painting, and I love painting because like you could build worlds, right? And like people could enter those worlds. But then I was like, what if I could make people actually enter the world? So then I like started doing sculpture, and I was like, who is inside these sculptures? Then I was like, maybe I should do performance. So then I sort of like perform in my work, and I am the work performing. So it's like it's a bit of all those things. It's just kind of just it's that rabbit hole thing again. You know, you just keep because you can build, you can create so much. You can sort of like map out the universe, you know, with your body or with like objects or with material. You know, it's fun. It's fun. You know, I think I use sculpture as a place to just like go wild, and then I come back to like my oblivion rules to like jot it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you get to manifest yourself in multiple dimensions.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
It like it like it like it it gives you like different sensitivities. You know what I mean? Like I think that's like what's so good about it is that you there's like a certain like with you, man, like with like all the martial arts you do like gives you so much sensitivity to the way your body will move in like animation probably. Like I can't imagine how cool that would be. Just like being like, yo, I know exactly like for me at least I'm like questioning like I know exact like I want to know exactly what it feels like to swing the sword in this angle. Like I want to know what the shoulder does, you know, I want to know so that when I like either like perform or I like draw, I'm like feeling it. You know, I'm feeling the weight. Like I'm like, you know what I mean? Like that's like serious inspiration, yo.
Yeah, and that's the fun of it. And that's what made like figure drawing is initially the most like it can be the most uncomfortable part of becoming like an evolved artist. But figure drawing is
Mm-hmm.
eventually it makes you realize the importance of gesture. And even like
Mm-hmm.
for example with martial arts, I learned Kali, and Kali is like a battlefield martial arts. So we have machetes, and we like fight people with machetes and have to use our hands and slit people's throats and stuff. And then after that, I
Yo.
learned Iaido and Kenjutsu, which is like what Rurouni Kenshin stuff basically, which is like using
Sick.
the katana. And then after that, I got really good at like the Japanese sword fighting stuff. But whenever I'd use myself as reference, I found that I was lacking like this energy, like because I was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
anatomy, and I tried to figure out like where the heck where's this the energy that you see in like a vagabond or in a Gamaran or
Right, exactly. Right.
and it turns out that dynamism founded in Marvel Comics is that dynamism comes from the gesture and performers like stunt performers use
Mm-hmm.
gesture in their physical activity, so they're not doing the perfect thing in terms of
Mm-hmm.
but they're doing what looks the best, and that's where you
Right.
get that energy.
Exactly. Because it's sort of a performance, you know what I mean? Like what you're saying is like it is a performance. It's like a kind of like yeah, like a still, you know what I mean? Like it like a really dramatic painting like of dynamism like what you're talking about. It's like you're like you have to get the right feel, you know what I mean? And it has to look you have to look at yourself so much, you know what I mean? That's why I have those like mirrors and stuff. You have to see where the angle is right, you know what I mean? Like where like it hits that right angle and you're like, dang, that's intense. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, once you find it, it's the best. It's like once you find it's treasure. It appeared, and that's the
yeah.
exact thing you needed.
And you feel it. You're
Yes.
like, yo, oh my God. You're like, no.
Yes, and I think that's what makes animation, like animation, often register with us more than cartoon animation is that anime animation is about economy. It's about using the least amount of frames possible to communicate an idea, whereas animation is generally using the most frames possible in order to communicate an action. And because we see that idea, it gets us closer, and also the character is generally more anatomically correct as well. So it does two things for us to like make us connect more.
Yeah, that's truth. That's truth. Yeah, I definitely like. I don't know, like I mean, when like, especially like the kind of the level of animation they use for like fight scenes, I think to me is like ridiculous. Like it's just like, you know what I mean? Everyone's always like waiting for that bait. You know what I mean? Where like they just like pull out that like crazy animation. You're like, dang, no way. And it's like such a good like weapon. You know what I mean? When they do that, it's like you're hooked.
And as artists, we feel that even more because, like, Yutaka Nakamura, for example, is probably like the best animator, like for like artists, because he uses so many different styles. Like, you ever see where somebody gets punched or like something had like an explosion, and then it turns into shaky sketches?
Yes.
Those are burst frames, and when they use burst frames, because as artists, we know the sketch will always have more energy than the finished product.
This is true.
Like, and in animation, you get that.
Is it the same like when like wait, what's that? When Gun transforms, was that done in like a sort of like frames you're talking about?
I think so.
Do you remember Gun's transformation? I think that was one of my favorite, like the way that's animated is amazing. It's just so like you feel it, like just the line work on that. You're like, you feel the weight and everything. It's just like, that's sick.
Yeah, and then they'll do things sometimes where like they'll abstract the movement into shapes, and so you're not seeing the motion of the character, but you're seeing the shapes, and your brain registers the shapes as movement. So the animation is less work, and you get more impact.
Yeah. Is that the way? Is that the guy who did the Naruto fight scene? Sasuke?
He's the dude that did the. I think he worked on the Naruto versus Sasuke fight scene.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
He worked on wow, I have a lot of Naruto names. Madara Uchiha fight scene, and he worked on the Pain fight scene as well.
Oh wow! Yes. Oh yeah, his freeze frames are insane. Yeah, like heads are like upside down and like squished.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are great. Those are really great.
Yeah, because that's what would happen. It's like where when there's like a nuclear explosion, your brain perceives time differently. And so if you're fighting somebody who can literally bend reality, you probably wouldn't perceive that fight in the normal way.
This is true. Yeah, if you could, oh my God, yeah. Wow. No, that's sick. No, yeah, that's God tier level animation right there. God tier level.
Yeah. Who are some of the God tier illustrators that you look at where you're like, yo, I don't know how the heck these people do these things, but like my version of this is going to exist in the future.
Yo, do you know Mobius?
Nah, who's that?
He's this French illustrator and comic artist. He's amazing. His like perspective is like my favorite. He inspired my Miyazaki for Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind. Like the whole style of that movie is based off of his work, and it's like, oh my God, like dang, like he just like so much detail, but it's also super simple, and like just his perspectives though, it's just like when he draws landscapes, you know what I mean? And I always have like a tough time with landscapes because it takes so much time, but it's like, oh, it's so good. I also really like who else? There's just like Polish art painter that I really like. I don't remember his name though.
Is he
Very
like
hard
a plastic painter?
It's like Blansky or something like that. Honestly, I think like to be like well-rounded artist, you have to sort of really, you got to do the research and look at really what you're interested in. You know, his name is okay. Beksinski. Just look up like Beksinski. This is people write it down. So Beksinski, his paintings are amazing. Like this is one of his paintings right here. Yeah, dude, it has so much like I'm pretty sure Berserk and like all those guys have really looked at some of his work too, because it's like it's haunting. Like look at this like gateway. Crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, exactly. Yeah, I know MC Escher. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yo, wait, dude, you should look at do you know Hieronymus Bosch? Dude, Hieronymus Bosch is basically like all the nightmares in Berserk. You'll see it's like Hieronymus Bosch. Yeah, it's like Garden of Eden. He did the Garden of Eden. Yeah, that guy's nuts. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Totally, totally. That's exactly what it is. No, he's intense. Yes, I look at it like a whole bunch. So I think it's good to like even films uh, like uh, like films will really help also like inspire the way that you illustrate. Do you know like even the guy who I did some research like the guy who Akira, what's his name again? Katsuhiro Otomo. The character Tetsuo is based off of like this other character from this film. I forgot what it's called. Like I think it's called like Metal Man or something. But this basically this character that like he like goes insane and he like can't he's like has this like problem in his head and he can't figure out what it is. And so he uses metal and like robot parts to like recreate his own body because he can't figure out what is the issue with himself. So he's like trying to build himself. And that's kind of like what Tetsuo is, you know. Tetsuo is like, you know, I have this rival, but I'm so upset and I want to become strong. I want to become better. I want to be better one of myself. And so he like ends up exploding and turning into a giant baby because he's unable to like, you know what I mean? Like it's just that sore, you know what I mean? So I think like yeah, like having a wide range of places to like take in information, you know what I mean? Just like open it up and be like, ah, I want all of it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Totally. Totally. Like I think yeah, if you're it's yeah, it's just like oversaturating yourself. You know what I mean? Like if you up the color, the saturation on a photograph, you know, it gets disgusting. But it transforms. And that's like the sort of level you need to like do for yourself. Like really like put all the things that you want in design like design not to like make you like turn one of the sins on you, but like all the things that you want and desire, just like embody those things in like a skin. You know what I mean? Like even further than that, like transform like butterfly effect. You know what I mean? Like go crazy with it. That's my brother actually. Yeah, true, true, true. Probably. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Or just like, yeah, I mean, yeah, everyone's got their own thing too. You know what I mean? Like, it's like manifesting also like listening to yourself because like so much of you is also telling you stuff. And like, if you can sort of like listen to that like inner voice, you know, it'll tell you like it'll literally like just like push you, and you'll be like, "What was that?" You know what I mean? You're like, "What was that?" You like hear it all the time. You know, it's at a certain frequency. And it's just like about listening. You know? Yeah, totally, man. You like vibe with yourself, like like when you're walking on the street. Like I do this a lot. It's like dang, yo, what's happening? What is happening right now? You know what I mean? Like you're like looking around, like dang, you know what I mean? And it feels good, you know. Hmm. Give a shout out. Give a shout out if it does. Yeah, truth. Truth. Exactly, exactly. Yeah. Or you set the wrong number or something like that, and then you're caught in a whole nother situation. Oh no. Well, they got the message though. They got it. They understand now. If you go back there, they're gonna. Yeah, exactly. What was that now? Huh? What was that? You wanted what? Get out of here. No, that's great. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Honestly, for me, like I try to just like be as true to myself as possible. You know what I mean? Like I like I think it's harder for me to like not do that than it is for me to do it. Like I just try to like I don't know, just like yeah, like I was saying earlier, like if I make a decision or if I make like a choice, I have to sort of like commit to it, to a certain extent. And like I think that's what makes it easier is like once you pick up on that algorithm for yourself, it comes naturally, you know what I mean? You just start to just like make certain decisions that lead you closer to your goals, whatever those goals may be. And like and also there's some certain goals that you might be like, oh, I can't do that, and then that's okay. But you've left that behind somewhere in your subconscious, and then you will get there. You know what I mean? That's just sort of I think there's a certain inevitability to it. It's just a matter of like, are you trying, and are you trying hard enough? You know what I mean? Like you have to really like push yourself. Uh, and you gotta do it. You know what I mean? It's like you gotta do it. you know? Yeah. You gotta try to live. Yeah. Yeah. It's just an active process, and it's gonna be tough. You know what I mean? Like as always, what people say, but if you try, sure something will happen. And if something happens, you know, you're gonna react to it. And then you're gonna be like, whoa, this is either what I expected or what I did not expect. And then, you know, from then on you're like, dang, maybe I should try this thing. You know what I mean? Just keeping your options pretty open, but also aiming at the same time. It's very hard. It's like a yeah. It's an active process of learning. Yeah. Yeah, an active process. You know, just like, you know, we're organisms, right? You know what I mean? Like, we're affected by so many things at the same time, you know, but like how much of that do we actually compute? Not a lot, but you know, it's happening still, it's still happening. You know what I mean? Like all that stuff is still happening right now. You know what I mean? But we're not knowing it's happening, but there is an intuitive like in ourselves that lets that happen. You know what I mean? That is already picking up on those things. So like if you can like think like I think sort of like that, you know, constantly. Yeah, this is getting all abstract. Now we're really getting into some of the stuff I'm thinking about in my sculpture. Yeah, right, 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 right. Oh man, I saw that. That was ridiculous, and it said revenge on it. Dude, that was sick. Because I was not expecting that at all. There was like no expectation of that. I was like, where's this voice coming from? You know what I mean? But that's what the question was. Where is this voice coming from? You know what I mean? It's like revenge was speaking. You know what I mean? It was like, yeah, it's just sick. I saw that too. I was gonna put that on my story. I didn't. Did I even save it? I don't know. Right. Yes, exactly. Exactly. It's got to go somewhere, you know. All that stuff's got to go somewhere. So you got to be like if you're in have a lot of intake, you also got to outtake a lot so that you can preserve some of that, you know, that soul you have, you know, that purified liquid of you, so it doesn't get tainted too much. You know what I mean? Uh, no, but it's good. I totally believe in like the whole art of stealing. Literally, most of manga, dude, is just stolen stuff. Like it's just like stolen narratives that they like recreate and make insane and dope. Yeah, right. Right. Oh man, like literally, Berserk is King Arthur, dude. Berserk is King Arthur, like, and it's amazing. I mean, I love the way he turned it around, but like, it's King Arthur. It's King Arthur and like Van Helsing a little bit. Dude, Guts is totally Van Helsing. He's like half werewolf, half man. Yeah, right, right. Yeah, Oh no. I know, dude. He literally like changes it so hard, dude. Just really sets the bar. The bar just keeps getting set higher and higher. I know, it's so sad. And you can't help but be like, I mean, like, I totally like don't like Griffith, but like, how many like manga characters are based off of Griffith? Literally, like every single one that we love, like Naruto, bro, is basically Griffith. Like, if you think about it a little bit, how many fucking people did Naruto kill, bro? Pain, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can totally like switch up the narrative totally with that. So that's why it's fun. You know what I mean? That's why it's fun. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nah, exactly. Yeah, totally. Totally. Exactly. Yeah, man. I think that's sort of like what I'm really trying to learn as much as possible of right now is like really diving into the archetype as far as possible in order to get that really that almost alive feel, you know what I mean? Like really like being like I could sympathize with a rapist slash murderer, you know what I mean? Like in like a really messed up way, you know, and like so yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. Right. Right. Hmm. Hmm. Right. Exactly. Exactly. No, yeah, that's what it is, man. Just building it up, building it up, and like letting it grow for real. I don't know. I'm really trying to listen a lot to my characters lately because they also talk. Yeah, they talk. They talking over there like what? No, okay, all right. I'm listening now. Yo, what was it? Sure. Yeah, man, that's what it is. That's what it is. We did. Oh, true. Sorry. Right. Yes.